880,000 foreign workers residing in Korea, 332 foreign workers died in industrial accidents in the past 2 years. Accidents in farms and fishing villages can result in temporary injury as well as major illnesses. Protect yourself from the threats of industrial sites. Mandatory safety rules for farm and fishing village workers. It's another energetic day at the farm thanks to the healthy crops. Foreign laborer Susan contributed significantly to growing these healthy crops.
나마스테, 안녕하세요. 저는 네팔에서 온 수잔이라고 합니다. 네, 저는 여기 시설하우스 작물에서 3개월째 일하고 있는데요. 오늘 제가 해야 할 일을 좀 보여드릴게요. 네, 여기 보이시면 오이가 많이 자랐죠. 네, 이거 다 오늘 제가 수확을 해야 되는 거예요. 예, 오늘 일은 조금 힘들 것 같지만 그래도 열심히 해볼게요.
Susan has been harvesting cucumbers for 5 hours under the sun. But he must not be feeling well. He's sweating a lot. Oh no! He just passed out. Why did Susan faint? It was due to a heat-related illness. Common heat-related illnesses are dehydration, heat cramps, and heat exhaustion. Dehydration occurs when you lose too much moisture from being out in the sun for too long or suffering from excessive diarrhea. In the case of dehydration, you need to drink plenty of water. Next, a heat cramp occurs when you exercise intensely in the heat. In this case, you need to drink electrolyte drinks or water. Lastly, heat exhaustion occurs when you do not consume enough water and electrolytes in a hot environment. In this case, you need to get out of the sun and drink electrolyte drinks or water. To prevent such heat-related illnesses, you must utilize ice packs, hats, or shades to keep your body temperature at an appropriate level while working. You should avoid working alone and take 10 to 15-minute breaks frequently while working. The cabbages are fully grown, all big and healthy.
안녕하세요. 나마스테. 오늘은 제가 농약 살포 작업을 하거든요. 오늘은 채소에 농약도 잘 뿌리고 그리고 채소에 예쁜 그림도 좀 담아볼까 합니다.
But he seems to be dressed too casual for spraying pesticides. Anyway, he's working hard as usual. Susan feels that something's wrong with him and suddenly passes out. The pesticide must have intoxicated him. About 55.6% of farmers have experienced pesticide poisoning, and among them, 26.8% of them suffered severe cases. The problem with pesticide poisoning is that it not only causes visible symptoms, but also increases the risk of cognitive ability decline, diabetes, and depression. So, how can we prevent pesticide poisoning that's threatening the health of our farmers? First, before you actually spray the pesticides, make sure you read the instructions and warnings on the packaging closely. Before commencing any work, put on safety equipment such as goggles, a hat, a mask, gloves, and protective clothing. And don't forget to wash them thoroughly when you are done. Next, when spraying pesticides, you need to watch your direction. Make sure your back is against the wind and that you walk backwards as you spray. Furthermore, you should not spray for more than 2 hours in a row, and smoking, drinking, and eating while spraying is prohibited. And always put up warning signs in the area that you are spraying. What should you do when you get pesticide on your skin or suspect pesticide poisoning? If you get pesticide on your clothes or skin, first take off your clothes and wash your body thoroughly with soap and water. If you accidentally drank pesticide, inducing vomiting or drinking water to dilute it does not help. If you suspect pesticide poisoning, you should call 119 and go to the emergency room as soon as possible. Treatment methods and prognosis differ by the type of pesticide, so you should check the name of the pesticide or bring the bottle with you to the hospital. Also, keeping leftover pesticide in an empty beverage bottle can lead to someone else drinking it by mistake. Therefore, it's much safer to store them in the original bottle with the proper warning label attached. Today, Susan is going to work in the rice field. Wow, he's pretty good with the tractor.
이게 뒤에 보시죠? 차 한 대 보았습니다. 네, 제 차입니다. 한번 보세요.
트랙터는 잘 모르는 편이에요?
제가 농촌에서 일하는 짬인데요. 이 정도는 눈 감고도 몰아요. 오늘은 밭을 갈아야 돼서요. 제가 한번 갈고 올게요. 네, 오늘 이 밭은 다 갈았으니까요. 이제 다음 밭으로 이동해야 될 것 같아요.
But it sounds like there's a malfunction. Oh, it looks like the farm machinery is broke. What do you have to do to use the farm machinery safely? First, be sure to inspect its condition before and after use and repair any issues immediately. Do not allow anyone other than the driver on board. Never drive under the influence of alcohol, as it's very dangerous. Take 10 to 20-minute breaks every 2 hours. When driving on ordinary roads, be cautious of other vehicles. If driving at night, a reflector must be installed, as machinery without tail lamps can be involved in collision accidents. When using reapers, always put on protective gear and remove obstacles such as rocks and bottles beforehand. Susan came to work here not long ago, and he's staying at a room and board for now.
아이고야, 오늘 하루도 고단했네요. 배도 너무 고픈데 밥하기가 약간 좀 귀찮네요. 오늘 저녁은 라면입니다. 김치가 없네요. 이 라면을 끓이고 있는 동안 앞가게 가서 김치 가져다 올게요. 일단 갔다 올게요.
That doesn't sound like a good idea. And it led to a fire. Leaving food on the stove poses a great fire risk, and not being there to put it out in the early stages can lead to more loss. Also, when using a stove, the handles can be a hazard because if they're facing the wrong direction, you can easily knock the pot off. Handle should always be facing inward.
고단한 하루가 드디어 끝났네요. 내일도 안전한 하루가 되길 기도하겠습니다. 오늘은 이만. 안녕. 잘 자요.
You did good, Susan. Good night.